So, last February, I participated in the Nokia Game Jam, and if you don't know what a game jam is, it's basically where a lot of people gather together to make games in a limited amount of time, having fun, learning new skills, and dying inside. But for this game jam, you need to make your games follow the restrictions of the Nokia 3310. Which the restrictions are that everything has to be in a 84 by 48 screen resolution, sound has to be monophobic, so you basically can't play two sounds at once, and you can only use this two specific color palette for every art asset in the game, which all in all is a great jam for someone like me whose artistic skills basically don't exist. Also, the jam was a week long, but because I wanted to join other jams and was just busy, and I didn't want to be burned out, I actually used like 5 days of the jam rather than the whole 7. And yeah, let's get into it. So on day 1, the optional theme was turning stuff on or off, which gave me the idea pretty immediately to make a game that has physics, but you can also control time with it by freezing and unfreezing time, because physics is cool unless you learn it at school, but don't be a fool, time control is still cool. And with the goal of the game being that you can freeze boxes in place for you to jump on them and make it to the end of the level. So I went ahead and started up my Unity and opened a new project. Now this is where you would expect a lot of time lapses of stuff I've done in the first day, but I literally did like nothing that day. I just kinda got this blob guy and I set the resolution and that was literally about it, and itch.io crashed, so I had to get from the Discord the resolution and the color palette. Anyway, see ya! I'm gonna get addicted to modded Minecraft for like 2 days and completely forget about this entire jam! So on day 3, when I actually remembered I was in this jam, I got to work and I started probably spending way too long on making my own shitty movement script from scratch. And I also just kind of chopped the blob sky back because it looked ugly even in this low resolution, which reminds me of myself, but even in HD resolution I would still look terrible. Also because this thing happened for some reason. I don't know why. And it just kind of collapses on itself. And I also made this ground texture of sorts. It's like a checkboard, you know, it's kind of cool. I don't know what I thought when I made this. I don't know. Then I drew a box and put it into Unity and gave it some physics because physics is cool. And now we can also push boxes and they just kind of move. They're like movie boxes now. I also actually added the mechanic of the game of freezing time. Too bad I barely used it anyway. Anyway, I added some weird icon thing to show when your time is frozen or not. It's like a clock for time and stuff. Then there's like an X because there's no time passing. I don't know. Yeah. Then after that, for some reason, I felt like making an interactive tutorial thing. And we had a level completion message and system in place. And I was pretty happy with what I accomplished that day, and that was the end of day 3. On day 4, I made a texture for a bouncy box thing that makes the boxes go boing boing with physics, which is really cool. I've also replaced the ground texture to not be some weird checkboard texture, and it's actually somewhat nice and not the checkboard. And then the players and the jump box textures just kind of broke for some reason. It just suddenly decided to. It just collapsed on itself again. I don't know what is going on with textures anymore. Which, to my very surprise, didn't take as long as I thought it would to fix it. I just kinda made them bigger and it fixed it. I don't know why that fixed it, but it did, so I'm not gonna complain. Also, I actually made the jump boxes functional, so we got some boxes going boing boing with physics, and that's really cool. Also, it accidentally created a squish animation, but I mean, you wouldn't remove it either, I just kept that in. After that, I made another level, and now we have a button pressure plate thing that you can push boxes to and it opens doors, and when it goes off the pressure plate, it doesn't activate the door anymore. And from that I just made some more levels which you can check out for yourself. I'm not showing them. Okay, maybe I will show it. And nothing ever broke in between making levels. Smooth as butter. First try. Anything else that tells you otherwise is a fraud and fake news. Yeah. I also kind of like reworked the whole movement to try make it that you can jump 50 miles but only 49, which led to its own interesting set of bugs. And yeah, after that I went to sleep because I was tired and I have school. On day 5, which would be the last day, I realized being in dead silence is scary, so I added some sound effects using VFXR. Now you're probably wondering, how did you play the sound effects without it being in the same time? I mean, you probably didn't ask that, but I'm gonna tell you anyway because I was really proud of this, even this is really basic, okay? You're gonna listen to this, and you're so, I used a basic audio manager script, and whenever a sound was playing, I wouldn't let any other sound play for the duration of that sound effects, and if something shut up, dumbass! After that, I made some more levels and added a nice end screen, which only then I realized I could still use a normal text font for, and didn't have to hand draw myself the pixels, like the goddamn catastrophe that is the goddamn tutorial message. Oh my, with literally just disabling anti-analyzing. It's literally that simple. Why am I so fucking stupid? Then I made a very basic icon for the game using paint.net and built the game to literally every fucking platform you can literally think of. You can literally just play it on your browser, so you don't have an excuse to not play my game. For anything else that isn't Windows and the browser, I don't really know if they work. I think they work. I hope they work. Anyway, I set up the itch.io page, took some screenshots of the game, and for some reason just didn't submit it then. But it was 1 AM and I was dying inside, so I just went to sleep instead. Next day I finished up some stuff on the itch.io page and submitted it to the jam, and that was my whole Nokia jam experience. So yeah, that was my second ever jam experience and my second ever game. And yeah, it was fun to do. I honestly wasn't as stressed as I thought I would be, and I had an overall good time. I kind of thought that you couldn't do a lot of the fancy stuff because it's technically supposed to support the Nokia, and so that's why there's no like animations or anything like that, but I think it still turned pretty alright, and I'm happy with what I did. After the jam ended, I got some pretty good criticism on my game, and it seemed like a lot of people enjoyed it overall. I got 128th place out of 315 submissions, which I think is very decent for my experience. If you want to play my game for yourself, you can find it in the link below. I'm not going to be updating this game because I just want to focus on other projects, but I'll definitely revisit this mechanic in the future because this has a lot of potential and I want to use this more. Anyway, thanks for watching until the end. If you liked what I do here, please subscribe. I hope to do this stuff more often, and hopefully next time I won't take as long to do another upload. Anyway, take care of yourself people and have a good day.